Straight ahead on 12 News, peace of mind for pet owners. It's a bill a Maple Grove lawmaker feels strongly about. Plus, celebrating National Beer Day in Maple Grove with an artistic touch. But first, a project in Plymouth that we may soon be seeing less of.
It's one of the last large parcels in Plymouth that can be developed.
12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. The City of Plymouth is reviewing plans to turn a former golf course into homes.
The homes would fit a variety of needs and demands. The Bayesian Oaks Golf Course in northern Plymouth closed in 2013. Now there is a proposal from Pulte Homes to turn the golf course into 3 different housing types. It would include a mixture of 2-story homes meant for move-up buyers, single-level homes for empty nesters, as well as much-needed entry-level homes for singles and young couples. It's a unique development and one you won't see much more of considering the amount of land left to develop in Plymouth.
The northwest part of Plymouth, which has traditionally been our new development area, is actually filling up fairly quickly. With the economy back, we're getting a lot of new housing developments coming in, and so our supply of land is probably in that 7 to 9 year range.
The City Council could give final approval to the Bayesian Oaks development at its April 26th meeting. If approved, grading could start this summer and home building could start next spring.
Maple Grove police are investigating an assault that sent 1 man to the hospital. Police responded to a call just before midnight Wednesday night on 96th Avenue. Officers found a man with a puncture wound to his stomach. He is expected to recover. Police later arrested the man they believe is responsible for the stabbing, and they believe the 2 men knew each other. In New Hope, police are investigating an incident that happened around the same time at Hillsborough Court Apartments. Just before midnight, police found a man with a laceration to his head. He is expected to survive. It's unclear what led up to the injury.
Someone learning to use a gun accidentally shot himself in the leg at the Osseo Gun Club. It happened Tuesday during a class with an instructor. The leg injury isn't considered serious, and the student is expected to make a full recovery.
A Brooklyn Center lawmaker says a fight is brewing over funding for public safety in Minnesota. Representative Deborah Hillstrom says House leadership is proposing to cut spending on public safety by $1 million. Hillstrom says this comes at a time when state and local agencies are trying to reduce overcrowding at state prisons that's also putting pressure on county jails. Hillstrom says money for courthouse safety and BCA scientists may also be affected.
These are serious safety concerns for our communities, and we need to make certain that we address those. Not only does this not address those priorities, it actually makes a cut to what we do now.
This doesn't hurt public safety or anyone at all. This is more money than they admittedly need in this account. In fact, there's $12 million. We could have taken the whole $12 million.
2 different opinions there. The proposal was set to go to the House Ways and Means Committee later today. A Maple Grove representative, Dennis Smith, is an animal lover who is trying to get a bill passed that affects pet owners.
Smith wants a law that would create trusts, allowing owners to set up care for their pets if they're unable to care for the animal themselves. Eric Nelson joins us now with more. Eric?
Yeah, Alex and Mike, Dennis Smith wants Minnesota to get this law on the books as soon as possible. Currently, owners can leave money for pets in a will, but there is no legal obligation that the money be spent on the animal. The bill passed committee this morning and is going to the House floor. Smith is confident it will go through.
9 out of 10 Americans view their pet as a member of their family. There are more pet owners than there are adults with children in America. And Minnesota is the last state in the country to adopt this trust provision. 49 out of 50 states have this already. We have a lot of other things.
Representative Smith and Reagan, his mixed breed golden retriever, are a common sight in St. Paul. Smith says this trust would be used for typical pet expenses such as vet bills, food, toys, and grooming. If this bill passes, Smith believes it would give pet owners peace of mind.
9 out of 10 people think that or view their pet as a child that they have. So we should have our laws that are able to allow them to leave money for them so they can be cared for if the people that receive it are not able to.
Now, according to Smith, this trust would cost Minnesota taxpayers nothing. Smith also says that Reagan has gone on the campaign trail with him, and she is a great door knocker as they pursue votes. Alex and Mike.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. It is National Beer Day, believe it or not, and OMNI Brewing in Maple Grove is celebrating it in a unique way.
12 News reporter Sonia Goen shows us how they are honoring pioneers of breweries in Minnesota.
You might call it homage to hops.
The wall will give way before this stuff. Quite certain you can hang small children from these.
Minneapolis artist Matt Olig is installing his very unique painting.
It's my baby. I love it. Very proud.
He used his craft to showcase the history of craft beer in Minnesota.
Going back to the first brewer, who was a name of Jorg. He came over here in like 1860.
The painting is roughly 11 by 5 feet. Matt painted one big canvas
Perfect.
and then divided the painting into 23 panels.
I really like the dimensional aspect about it and just how it all comes together. And it's something that's unique. You don't see it very much.
The panels are coated in polyurethane.
That way, so when they do the brewing, all that humidity won't harm the panels.
We're very excited. We've kind of kept it hush-hush.
Co-owner Zach Ward says it's fitting the painting is unveiled today. OMNI Brewing is celebrating its half birthday.
It's the first time in OMNI's history that we'll have all 10 tap lines filled with different varieties of beer.
While the painting highlights OMNI Brewing,
The warmth of everything around here, the look of the brewery, that's all reflecting in the painting.
it also honors hop makers who have paved the way for companies like OMNI.
We just thought it was more appropriate to give a little head nod to the guys that kind of created the market that we're here trying to grow into the northwest suburbs.
In Maple Grove, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Very nice. The unveiling is at 6 p.m. on Thursday, and OMNI will also uncork its barrel-aged omnipotent Scotch ale.
I like that, paying homage to the people that gave them their start. That's great.
Yeah, you could think of them as competitors, but they paved the way.
Think of them as friends. That's right.
Absolutely. Well, coming up, a standout student with a remarkable knack for taking on life's challenges.
And then a little bit later in sports, the story of a former Wayzata High School football star walking away from the game after only 1 year in the NFL.
But first, is it really April? Temperatures only reach highs in the 30s on Friday. A Maple Grove High School senior is in the running for one of the highest honors in the country for graduating high school students. Evan Skaya is a candidate for the Presidential Scholars Program. Only 160 students will be chosen nationwide for that honor. Skaya has already taken classes at the University of Minnesota and is interested in studying biomedical engineering. The scholars are chosen on the basis of academic achievements as well as involvement in community and school activities. In today's Standout Student, Neil Persley spends an afternoon with one student who excels at pretty much anything she sets her mind to.
And that is despite some daunting challenges. Today we meet Brooke Johnson, a senior at Heritage Christian Academy.
On a final match between Heritage Christian Academy and
I had the privilege of being volleyball captain this year. Together with my other co-captain, we helped lead our team to the first state appearance for any sport at Heritage.
Johnson back in to serve.
Athletics are just one dimension of senior Brooke Johnson at Heritage Christian Academy.
I have this game at my house.
I love to mentor.
I had to ask about grades.
I have straight A's. I have 4.0.
Favorite subject?
It kind of changes every year, but this year it's Bible class. I'm also the senior chief and editor for our yearbook, so anything writing related.
The smile on Brooke's face belies her battle with some serious underlying issues.
I'm actually have a lot of health issues, and so I'm a patient at Mayo Clinic.
She had been struggling with some health issues, and the gratefulness and the thankfulness, even in the midst of that, the way she expressed herself to her peers, I was really impressed.
Brooke has a connective tissue disorder which causes an early onset of severe arthritis in all of her joints. Add to that 43 other diagnoses ranging from autonomic to autoimmune dysfunction. Brooke's body is essentially fighting against itself on multiple levels.
What the world might consider is weaknesses, but God uses them as my strengths, and He still works through that.
She's so good academically, but it pales in comparison to the way she models this kind of attitude and mentality that we'd love to see here from all of our students.
God has just really opened my eyes and my heart to the influence that someone in the medical field can do and have on someone's life.
From experience, Brooke believes she has found her path after graduating from Heritage.
I want to do something in the medical field where I can bring hope and light to other people when they're going through such a dark time.
In Maple Grove, Neil Persley, 12 News.
Brooke had another surgery over her spring break, but we are happy to report that she is doing well and recovering at her home. Coming up, the Brooklyn Park Fire Department rolls out its new mascot.
But first in sports, we'll preview the season for a prep lacrosse team aiming for another state tournament appearance. John Jacobson has that and more when we come back. It's got to be a tough decision. You love football, it's your career, it's what you do, and then you have to make a decision to leave.
Right. You fought so hard just to get to the National Football League and now decides to step away after a season. It is one and done after a great high school and college football career. Wayzata High School grad A.J. Tarpley has retired from the National Football League after playing one season with the Buffalo Bills. The 23-year-old Tarpley announced his retirement on Instagram Wednesday, saying he had suffered the third and fourth concussions of his career last season with the Bills. He goes on to say that he is, quote, walking away from the game I love to preserve my future health, unquote. Earlier today, I talked with one of A.J.'s high school coaches.
It was something really we haven't talked about preceding it, so it was one of those things that when I saw it, you first go, whoa, that kind of came out of nowhere. But I'm happy for him. I think he's had an unbelievable, obviously, a career, and I mean, you graduate with a Stanford degree, you get to go to the NFL. He has done things that are beyond, I think, even his own expectations early on. So I think I'm still very, very proud of him. Obviously, he made a decision that he feels was right for him, and that I'm proud of too.
Tarpley also thanked his coaches at Wayzata and Stanford and the Buffalo Bills organization in his statement. He played in 14 games for the Bills, recording 8 tackles and 2 interceptions. The Armstrong girls lacrosse team will shoot for its 4th straight section title this spring. Jason Malillo has a preview of the Falcons.
The Armstrong girls lacrosse team will be young this season, but the Falcons are coming together fast.
We've had a very strong program the past 3 years, and so it's a lot of new girls, but they've been coached well starting younger.
We have a lot of talent. We lost some defenders. We're also down a junior captain due to injury, so we're going to be filling holes probably more so on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of our attackers are returning from last year, and midfielders returning as well.
Last season, the Armstrong offense relied heavily on Haley Holdahl, who scored more than 60 goals. But with Holdahl lost to graduation, the Falcons will aim to revamp their offense.
The overall goal is going to be to distribute the scoring throughout the whole team. Last year, Holdahl scored a lot of goals, and we needed that out of her. This year, I'd like to go ahead and share the points to the whole team, so that way we can go ahead and encourage more team play, and not only that, but allow for other girls to step up and take that role.
It'll help us because a lot of our defenders are our fastest players, so when they get the ball, a lot of times they can just run right down the field, and if they can score too, it'll just be great for the whole team.
Several girls are competing for the starting goalie position, including Anna Aguado. Aguado starred for the Armstrong soccer team last fall, but this will be her first season ever playing lacrosse. Jason Malillo, 12 Sports.
The Falcons open the season April 18th against Irondale. The Armstrong-Cooper girls hockey program is looking for a new head coach. Kevin Gray has resigned after coaching the Wings for 5 seasons. Gray's teams won 54 games in that time, with his best season coming in 2012-2013 when Armstrong-Cooper finished with a 16-9-2 record. With 2 of his own children in hockey and increased time needed for his insurance business, Gray feels the decision is the right one to make.
You know, I love coaching. I love being with the kids and all that's involved with hockey. But, you know, like I said, when I looked at it, you know, one of the things we always asked our kids when they came here was to make sure that they were able to give their full efforts into it. And not wanting to miss my kids' stuff and having to run a business, I just felt it was best for the kids and the schools that were involved.
The Wings finished with a record of 8-16-2 this past season. While he won't be a head coach in the near future, Kevin Gray says he hasn't ruled out a return to hockey.
I love coaching. There's no question of that. I love just being around the game and the kids. But right now, being a head coach is probably not the thing to be, is being fair to that position wherever that's at.
Armstrong Activities Director Patty Weldon told 12 Sports the position has been posted and will remain open for at least another 2 weeks, with no date determined yet for interviews of qualified candidates. So we wish the best of luck to him, but you want to see your own kids be able to play too, and
true too.
Didn't feel he could make the commitment right now time-wise.
That makes sense. Thanks a lot, John. Coming up, the new face of the Brooklyn Park Fire Department.
Plus, a nearly 50-year tradition taking the stage tonight at Park Center High School. We'll show you what it's all about next.
We'll move over Spud McTater. There's a new mascot in Brooklyn Park.
Robot E3 will be used in Brooklyn Park to teach kids about fire safety. The Brooklyn Park Fire Department and Robot E3 visited Crestview Elementary students today. The department revamped the fire prevention program this year and hopes to reach more kids about being safe at home.
We're going to each one of our schools this year, and we're making it an event. We feel if we make it an event, we make it fun for the kids, the learning experience will be much higher.
The students also got to see a fire crew in action as firefighters showed students some of what they do when they put out a fire. And of course, not to worry, Spud McTater will be back for Tater Days this summer. Robot E3 is sticking to the fire department.
This is just an addition,
You
right?
bet. And finally, the rehearsals are over.
That's right. Tonight, the curtain rises on a beloved tradition in the Osseo School District. Hundreds of teachers and staff and community members have their jazz hands all set to go for the annual Wastebasket Revue. The production raises thousands of dollars for scholarships for graduating students. It is a nearly 50-year tradition that has raised more than $1 million, and it allows teachers and staff to show a little different side with song, dance, and skits.
This is a great opportunity for a bunch of us to get together and do things that we love, to sing and dance and to act silly and get to know each other. But our main purpose is to earn money for graduating seniors for post-secondary education wherever they would choose to go.
Two main things that I'm in. One is called Rosabella's Kitchen. And Rosabella's Kitchen is a faux reality TV show. And I play Rosabella.
And you can check out Rosabella through April 17th, and the rest of the crew. For more information, go to wastebasketRevue.org. That does it for us.
We'll see you tomorrow.